touch, and now you won't let go.
YouTube, what is going on, y'all? It is Leak 7 for 7, man. I just wanted to come back and talk with y'all with another video about this little topic. Y'all see the title of the video, dealing with a heartbreak. I got a couple things I gotta say before I get started. So for one, I'm not heartbroken right now. I've been single for a minute now, and I want to say that this is just to talk about. This is somebody who is probably going through something right now, and I'm talking to you, making sure you straight. What else? Just talking about my prior experiences, things that have happened, things that I see in the world right now. And I just want people to, relate to me. I want to relate, I want to inspire, and I want to motivate. You know what I'm saying? So, excuse me. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get into this topic, y'all. And yeah, give me 1 sec. All right, so we're gonna start with how to heal, healthy healing in relationships. All right, this relationships can be with your significant other, be with family, whatever it is. Take it how you want to, but I'm really gonna be talking about mostly just relationships as far as with your significant other, somebody that you really love dearly, that you know what I'm saying, like y'all broke up and now you're trying to figure out what to do. So how to heal, I want to say there's a couple things that go with that. I think that the first couple of steps is accepting it. There is trying to figure out what went wrong, rebuilding yourself. And rebuilding yourself is going to look like, for one, mentally, you're gonna have to cry. You're gonna have to pray. You're going to have to have some conversations with some people, and you're gonna have to rebuild yourself physically. I think it's a good time to, being heartbroken, being hurt about some things, and anything that you're going through in life. I think it should always start with, your health, your physical health. So building yourself physically, going back in the gym and getting yourself back right. Spiritually, this is where the time where you can talk to God as much as you can to get you back on track. I think for me, as far as like spiritually, I just want to say that I had to, ask God, like, make it make sense, for a minute. And that's such a general statement, but like, I'm just like, one day, God, like, tell me, I can't ask you why you're doing this or why this is happening anymore, but just make it make sense. And he's always shown that. And I just want you to, start with that. Rebuilding yourself mentally, physically, and spiritually is most important. And then along with that is rebuilding friendships as well, friendships and family. I've had some very long relationships. I've had some relationships for 5 years. I've had some relationships for 2 years. I've had some relationships for 2 months. But I would say that, like, you're so focused on one person, and it's all, I want to add to this as well, but you're so focused on one person, you kind of like, sometimes you forget to do some of the things that you love to do when you were by yourself. Whether it's talking with your boys, talking with your homegirls, talking with your family, your brothers, your sisters, your cousins, having, a guy's night out, having girls' night out, all those little things. And like, even I take it a step further, like calling your grandparents, calling your mentors, whatever it is. Like, for me, that's always a big one for me, because I have to find balance. You know, that's one thing that I'd be a hypocrite if I say that like it's just so easy just to do that. It's not. But I had to learn while I was single that, you know, relationships, you know, are going to require balance. And I talked about that in my first video about having balance. But I want to say that you have to learn how to make time for your significant other, but time for those other things, because time is just flying by. People are going through things. There are people, you know, dealing with sicknesses. People are passing away, and it's just happened so much. And I remember being so locked in with my relationship and so locked in with, you know, we got to get here and all this other stuff. And then, for example, my grandfather passed away after like a couple months or whatever it is. And this was years back, but I'm just giving an example. But stuff like that. So you got to find time to call your grandparents, find time to rebuild that friendship with your best friend, you know what I'm saying? Learn, go to Bible study with your friend, go to the gym with your friend. What's it called? Take a trip, all that stuff. Like, it's just really just rebuilding yourself is where it starts. And I think that that is a good start for anybody, that anybody you need to do. But accepting that it's over, accepting that that person is going to be with somebody else, is going to, and I'm not going to get too explicit on here, but like, I'm being real. You know, like I said, I'm not a fake person behind the camera. Like, that person is having sex with somebody else. That person is showing love and is thinking about marrying somebody else. Whatever it is, like, you have to accept that and be okay with that. And then once you accept that, that's where the healing process starts. I want to go into the next thing along with some of the things that are going to, your mind is going to play tricks. Like, I remember, matter of fact, let me go ahead and talk about this. I remember that one of my homeboys, and if he ever watches this video, man, my boy Nigel, man, I love you to death, man. Like, he just really just coached me through, you know, one of my worst, you know what I'm saying, breakups that I ever had. And he was basically just talking about how, like, love is a drug. It is. Like, you're gonna have withdrawals, you're gonna like wanna go back, your mind is gonna be playing tricks on you and everything. And that's why, like, when you get your heart broken, it's the best thing is to isolate and start there and rebuild yourself. Do not go out here trying to play get back. Don't try to play, you know what I'm saying, be mad about some stuff. Don't get under somebody else so you can, you know what I'm saying, just forget about that. Don't turn to alcohol. No, you gotta rip the Band-Aid off and you gotta let that wound heal just naturally. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's how it's gotta be. And I want to start with just talking about a couple things that I've done, and if anybody else, you know, in the future, just think about this, take notes. And if you are going through something right now, just think about this. But you don't have to keep choosing to play victim. I remember that I used to always just always want to point the finger. Like I said, I'm mad because I'm like, this person did this to me. Like, God, you gonna let them get away with this? You know what I'm saying? Like, or just being so mad, like, this person did this person did that, this person, like, whatever it is. And I want to say that this, I think it's an analogy. Please do not clown me in the comments, but I think that's what it's called. But basically, where if you got bit by a snake, a poisonous snake, and that snake bit you and everything, you have two options. Like, are you going to focus on chasing after the snake and trying to figure out why the snake bit you and try to kill it or try to hurt it or whatever it is, or are you just going to focus on getting the poison out and let that snake be? And I'm not just calling anybody that broke up with you, or if you went through a breakup a snake. I'm not just saying that, but I'm saying that, like, focus on just healing the inner. Focus on protecting you now. Focus on, like, all the things that went wrong and everything, and try to capitalize on that and improve, because your main motivation should be your future self, should be the future father, the future mother, the future whatever, you know, entrepreneur. Like, that should be your main goal. And you you don't want to get there and still be hurt about some stuff like that happened to you, and still, you know what I'm saying, mad at the world because of something that happened to you years ago or weeks ago, whatever it is. So I just want to say like that's what I had to stop doing. I had to like just stop playing so much victim. Like, you know what I'm saying, like some things just happen. There's certain things that I may have saw or whatever it is in the relationship, and I still chose to, you know, move forward, or, you know, the list goes on. But I'm trying to think of things just on the spot. But like, I just think that you have to start there, which is getting the poison out, focusing on going to therapy and figuring out how you can get this out, how you can have a let out, how you can. And it doesn't even always want to say just going to therapy. It doesn't always have to be like, I don't know, people always want to throw that at people, like, go to therapy, and all sorts of stuff. Like, yes, therapy is cool, but there's other ways to get therapy. Yes, there's therapy in the gym, but there's therapy in talking to somebody who has a little bit more experience. If there's a friend that, you know, a good friend that's gonna be there, or your parents or your brother or your cousin, whoever it is, people that have really a lot of experience, they will talk to you and they will help you, and that's healing. You know, like I said, like, I had a lot of conversations with all my friends, and that rebuilded us, and that made me, you know, actually love my friends and everything, and actually appreciate what I got around me. So, yeah, that's another little topic that I want to just throw on there. The next thing that I want to talk about is not being complacent. And if you don't know what complacent means, it's meaning that don't think that you are always, like, don't get comfortable in the state that you're in, that, oh, like, you know, I went through this healing process, or I went through a couple things and all sort of stuff. Okay, I prayed. Okay, I cried a little bit. All right, I'm good. Don't ever think you're good. The lessons don't stop. Life don't stop. Like, it keeps going. So just make sure that you're constantly trying to self-improve. Read some books. You know, watch me on YouTube. But constantly improve, like, on yourself, and it can be in so many ways. And for me, I think is where I had to improve is that I want to say with my spiritual. That's why I talk so much about God now and everything, because I feel like I've always, like, ran to Him, and then it was just like, and once I got what I got, I'm like, all right, cool, I'm chilling. And then some more stuff happened, and I'm running back to Him. But now He's so included in every aspect of my life. I talk to Him so much that, yeah, I feel like that's where I improved that, because I don't ever want Him to feel like I forgot about Him, and I don't ever want to feel again like I'm you know what I'm saying, I'm distances away from God. So, like, because He's not going nowhere. He's right there. You choose to move, and that's what I just want to stick on. I'm not gonna preach too much on that, but you have to figure out somewhere in your life where you can constantly improve. All right, so the last thing that I want to talk about is this thing called good karma versus bad karma, and then I'm gonna wrap the video up a little bit with everything. But bad karma, y'all know what this is basically anything that I want to say that, matter of fact, I'm just gonna look at it like this: anything that you put out into this world, it comes back, whether it's positive, whether it's negative. And the way I look at bad karma is negative. When you put out negative stuff, and constant negative stuff, it's gonna come back in some way. I'm not gonna get into that. I'm not gonna preach on too much on that, but, you know, maybe that could be another video. But it comes back in some type of way. Trust me. But good karma is something that I want to speak on. There's two ways that I think good karma is something that people need to really understand. There's two ways that I look at it. So one way is you can be in an environment, you can be with a person or whatever it is, and be hindering yourself from your true blessings and your true self. And there's something that you either got to remove yourself, you got to remove that person, whatever it is, to get to where you need to be. And I know some of y'all heard this before, but, like, I'm so serious about that. Like, once you get out of that environment and you start to really self-improve and you move correctly, like I'm telling you that you definitely level up. And I know I'm kind of like making it really simply said, but like I want you to know that when you're doing that, when you're removing yourself from that environment, this is how you should move correctly. Like, don't speak bad on that person, don't wish bad on them, don't you know what I'm saying, don't try to play no gig back, don't try to revenge or whatever it is. God has already written it. All right, God has already written what's going to happen. So don't do anything to mess up yourself and where you gotta go. So let that person or whatever it is, because that person is going to, you know what I'm saying, is God has something written in their life that you don't even know yet. And you could be speaking on somebody that he might have some good things for. Yes, they might have not have been the best person. Yes, y'all might not have been the best people to each other. But as far as where you got to start is just letting that go so you can get to where you need to be. So good karma can work in a way where once you get out of that situation and you let them be, once you get out of that environment and you let it be, that's where you receive your breakthrough. That's where you receive everything that you've been hoping for. So, and shout out to my friend Taisha, Big Ty, but what's it called? She had spoke that to me and said that to me yesterday, and that was a really, really great thing. And I kind of like added more to it as well. But yeah, shout out to you. And then as well as like with good karma as well, like what's it called? I think that there's another way that you can learn. Like I don't think this can be looked at as a negative thing, but like I've noticed that when I've gotten out of a relationship or whatever it is, and I look at my old self or whatever it is, like I think that, and then once I move forward or move on and I meet somebody else and everything, sometimes I'll see myself in that new person, or I'll see my old self in that new person, or something that they may do, or something that may take me back. And sometimes that's good karma, because that shows you that you've grown, and that shows you that where you don't want to take yourself back to, and as well as what you don't want to deal with no more. And I hope that makes sense to somebody, because I look at that as good karma as well, because it shows me that I'm on the right path, and it shows me whether or not I want to deal with this anymore. So I'm gonna leave that where it is. Let me know what y'all think on that. But I just want to end this video off by saying, put your trust in God, not mankind. All right. There's people on this earth are going to let you down. Like, God did not make everybody to be perfect. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry. Stop putting your trust in people. You know, and that's just what it is. Put your trust in God and hold your head high, and he got you. Trust me, he got you. He's gonna make it all make sense. He's gonna show you the signs. He's gonna talk to you. You're gonna hear his voice, whatever it is. But lock in with him. But do not put your trust in people and expect them to, you know what I'm saying, just be perfect. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. That's a false reality of living. But other than that, that's been a video. I love each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for making it to the end of this video. If you watch all the way through, I'll catch y'all on my next one.